大家好, hello everyone. 谢谢你们来看我们的 YouTube channel. Thank you for coming to our YouTube channel. This video is after a long time because I was busy with some other projects. But I thought I'll continue, making videos on some of the important grammar points which we learn in Mandarin language, and for which many of us get confused when we are learning it as a beginner. So the grammar point of today's is Yǒudiǎner and Yìdiǎner, right? Yǒudiǎner and Yìdiǎner. Okay, so most of my students get confused with this, and they struggle to understand where to use Yǒudiǎner and where to use Yìdiǎner. So let's just quickly learn it in a very simple way, because as you know that in Chinese language or in Mandarin, one word has many uses. So even these two words may have many other uses. But what we are going to do, we are going to start with a very basic understanding, and then as and when we learn, we grow our understanding of these words. So as you can see, both Yǒudiǎner and Yìdiǎner both means a little bit, right? But there's a difference. And before that, let's understand why I have put in bracket, because sometimes they omit saying or omits writing but the word, the meaning remains same. So in some places they say Yǒudiǎner, some places they may just say Yǒudiǎn, Yìdiǎner or Yìdiǎn. It's the same meaning, right? And another thing, sometimes they just write R here, not even R. Okay, so just remember all these three variations has the same meaning or same understanding, right? Now let's understand. First thing to get to understand these two words is to remember the positioning of these two words. Okay, so the positioning of these two words is Yǒudiǎner always comes before adjective. Okay, so Yǒudiǎner always comes before adjective, and Yìdiǎner always comes after adjective. Okay, as I mentioned, in Chinese, one word has many uses. Sometimes Yìdiǎner, we always put it after the verb, but I'm not getting into that because it will unnecessarily, create a confusion. As of now, let's understand the use of these two words with adjective. And the positioning is Yǒudiǎner comes before adjective and Yìdiǎner comes after adjective. If you remember this, half of your problem is solved. Okay. Now, what are the scenarios in which we are using Yǒudiǎner? The first one is when someone is complaining about something. Okay, so when I say complaining, that means from speaker's point of view, this is not something which he or she is expecting, or which is as per his or her requirement, or as per his or her satisfaction. So that one thing is to complain. So let's understand this with an example. This mobile is a little expensive. So when I say this mobile is little expensive, that means whatever my budget is, it's more than that. So that's why I'm kind of complaining. Okay, so how will you say? So first thing is Yǒudiǎner will come before adjective, and I'm sure all of you know what is the word for expensive. That is贵, right? So the sentence would be 这个手机有点贵. Okay, now you can see the positioning here coming before adjective. Okay, so that's the first scenario where we use Yǒudiǎner. The second scenario is to express negative feelings, to express something unpleasant. Okay, for that also we use Yǒudiǎner. Let's understand it with an example. I am a little tired. Okay, so again, that means I am not very tired, or that's another way of saying it, but I am a bit tired, I'm a little tired. So being tired is something which is not very pleasant feelings. So for this also I will use Yǒudiǎner. But where to put Yǒudiǎner? Before adjective. So I'll say 我有点累. Okay. Now, many people remember this word Yǒudiǎner as it's a negative word, but I don't think so. We can categorize it under negative word, because in such scenarios, like let's if I look at the first kind of an situation, so it's like something which is not acceptable, or which is not as per the requirement from the speaker's point of view. Okay, but not as a negative term, but that could be the one way of remembering this word, right? Now let's come to Yìdiǎner or Yidyan. So the first use of again, first you have to remember the positioning. It's adjective plus Yìdiǎner, and the adjective plus Yìdiǎner is a comparative degree. Okay, so when we say comparative degree in English, we say today I am more happy than yesterday, right? This place is more beautiful than that place. Okay, so for those things, my brother is taller than me. So when I say comparative degree, so this is what I mean by that. So let's understand with an example. As I told you, if I have to say bigger, it will be da Yìdiǎner. So da is big, and when you say da Yìdiǎner, it means bigger. Similarly, smaller is xiao Yìdiǎner, right? Xiao is small, and xiao Yìdiǎner becomes smaller. And the second one is to make a request. Okay, so when you are making a request, hoping for something, then also we use adjective plus Yìdiǎner. So let's understand this with an example. Can you make it a little cheaper? So here, if you can see, here I'm making a request, right? So when I'm making a request, again I'll put this Yìdiǎner after adjective. Sorry, yeah. So I'll put this Yìdiǎner after adjective, right? So it is like 你能不能便宜一点儿? Right? So you can or cannot make it cheaper. Can it be cheaper? Okay, so here it's a kind of a request. Okay, so as I told you, these are the few uses or the basic understanding of these two words. First we start here, we understand this, and then we do have other uses also, which we can see later on. Okay, so let's have a very quick recap of these. So Yǒudiǎner, it's basically to complain or to express negative feelings, right? Yìdiǎner is comparative degree or to make a request or hoping for something. Okay, and definitely the positioning is something which you have to remember. Yǒudiǎner comes before adjective and Yìdiǎner comes after adjective. Okay, now here is a quiz for you. Okay, so I am giving you two sentences, and you will have 15 seconds to identify the sentences. If you can translate the complete sentence, good. If can't, then at least you should be able to say which word would be used, whether in sentence 1 we will use Yǒudiǎner or Yìdiǎner, in sentence 2 whether we will be using Yìdiǎner or Yǒudiǎner, right? So here are your two sentences. He is a little bit unhappy and this color is more beautiful. And your time starts now. Okay. So I hope, I wish that you all have got the correct answer, right? So let's look at the answers now. 他有点儿不高兴. Okay, and the second one is 这个颜色漂亮一点儿. Okay, now why we put Yǒudiǎner here? Because it's a kind of a negative feelings, right? It's a kind of a negative feeling. Being unhappy is not a positive feeling, so unhappy. That's why we Yǒudiǎner. And why I have put Yìdiǎner here? Because it's a, I'm saying, so I'm comparing here this with another color, and I'm saying this color is more beautiful, right? So more beautiful, it's a comparative degree. Okay, and again you can please look at the positioning of Yǒudiǎner and the positioning of Yìdiǎner. Okay, so I hope that you understood this concept or this use of Yǒudiǎner and Yìdiǎner. So here is a more sentences for you to think and understand which word will come you are free to kind of put your answers in the comment section, and let me check if it is right or wrong. Even if you are in a very beginners stage where you don't know many of these words and all, that's fine, but at least whether you can figure out which sentence will have Yǒudiǎner and which sentence will have Yìdiǎner, that will also help, right? So these are the 4 sentences. You please think what I have explained, and which of the words, whether it's Yǒudiǎner or Yìdiǎner, to be used in these 4 sentences. And I would like to hear from you in the comment section, if you can write your answers, or if you have any questions or any doubts related to this particular vocabulary or this particular grammar point, right? So 谢谢你们. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll try my best to keep on making more and more such videos on important grammar points. But if you have some particular grammar point in mind, or which you find difficult to understand, please feel free to write in the comment section. I'll try to make a video on that. 谢谢你们.